Hey everybody, CVH here, and today we're going to be playing some Orcs on the Ladder. That's right, if you like to hit face and you like to watch people hit face, this is the video for you, and this may be the deck for you. Or at least one of the decks for you. There's a lot of viable aggro decks out there, and I wanted to bring this one back to the YouTube channel, even though I have played Orc Warrior on and off for videos and streams, but it's another one of those decks that people always ask me, is Orc Warrior good, or is it still good in the meta today? And I think basically as long as Legends exists as a game, going to your search bar up here, typing in Orcs, and then adding all the good low-cost orcs in red and purple is probably going to be a viable strategy. Maybe not tier 1, maybe not tier 2 all of the time. It might fall out of favor, might run into some bad matchups and everything every now and then, but I do think this is always a workable strategy, definitely something that can get you to legend, and something that can get you to high legend, probably with enough practice with it and understanding how the matchups work. But in this particular build, we're not doing anything too crazy. It's fairly standard, fairly straightforward, getting aggressive, trying to take advantage of the Stone Shard orcs, Bankrai butchers, Wood Orc headhunters, militant chieftains. I do strongly recommend getting your hands on Madhouse Collection for Stone Shard Orc if you're going to play this deck, and I also recommend getting your hands on Sower of Revenge, which was a past monthly reward card, one of the most powerful monthly reward cards ever released, definitely a staple in aggressive warrior decks, so definitely consider investing in those as well with Soul Gems if you missed those when they were a monthly reward card. But I think this might actually be, if not the exact version I played last time I used this on the channel, at least very close to it. Orcs don't have too much variation, at least currently, but hopefully this gives you guys a baseline to work with. And as always, if you enjoy the video and the games, feel free to leave a like and stay subscribed to the channel for more Legends content. Follow my stream in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Here's some Orc Warrior on the Ladder. Alright, got a scout first, and if it is ramp scout, that's actually one of the best matchups for orcs, traditionally speaking. Definitely not the hand we were looking for, and he has the ring, and he kept 2 cards as we can see. So this could be a bit of an uphill battle. Hopefully we can find our way into some faster games than in that obscenely long Control Mage mirror match from yesterday's video, if you guys saw that. Yes, that whole video is one game. Yeah, Dark Guardian. Oh, he's playing Young Mammoths. This is more aggressive scout. Interesting. We could contest the Young Mammoth with the Morgul Gatekeeper as a 4-2, and I think that might be reasonable. The one problem with that being that we won't get a Bankrai proc. Maybe we just make this a 4-2, play this in the right, and we get to hit for a bit more. He's gonna hopefully have to make that trade for us, then we can get a Bankrai Butcher at a 6-5. You shield, huh? Dragon Cult Ghost. A lot of interesting cards my opponents decided to play. I think it's just going to be butcher time.
Honor and blood. Strength in unity. You die.
Taste my steel.
Now that is quite the scary card, isn't it? Well, it looks like we can play 2 and 3. We could play Militant Chieftain 2, but I don't think it is that valuable at the moment. And I am liking Faroon Defender in the left. We can use that to contest the 5-1. But if we do that, what are we going to do with the rest of our turn? Because Morgul Gatekeeper will just die to that for free if I use it to buff this. I could play Faroon Defender, Orc Clan Captain, all in the, or the Orc Clan Captain in the right, Faroon still in the left. A little bit Magicka inefficient. I could play Morgul Gatekeeper on the left buffing this, and then play Orc Clan Captain or Faroon Defender in the right. Alright, let's do this. Just gonna put this here in case he has a way to buff it up and trade. This might seem a little sketch, but it does have a couple benefits. The breakthrough is such against this trade compared to this one that it'll actually break a rune, and we don't get that extra 1 point of damage which would break his rune. And he does play one of the most difficult cards to deal with here, but we found our way into a timely Earthbone Spinner. So here's a critical decision, right? We're definitely going to be Earthboning. We have 9 on board, we can turn that into 11, which puts him at 5. And I think at that point, we probably don't need to trade with that. That seems like a critical decision where we could wind up losing. But I'm just gonna go face. I think this is enough damage to justify it. We do give him 3 opportunities for a prophecy here with this turn. Mummify, huh? Okay, so he doesn't feel comfortable letting that live. which I think is good news. Any extra damage I can get in, it's worthwhile. This is a very interesting deck. I have gotten East Empire Crafted, Corrupted Shaded before. It is quite unpleasant as an aggro player, but fortunately, we had the exact card we needed. This might actually be the same guy that I played against when that happened, because this deck looks awfully familiar now that I'm thinking about it.
Die like a dog.
I think I just sent everything to face in the left. I can't actually kill him this turn. Now, do I want to trade in at all? Or make him do it? I think I make him do it. 5, 6, 7. That's shackled. That's good.
Becomes the hunted.
And I think I just make him do the trades. Actually, it's fair. Yeah, it's awkward. Yeah, I think that might have been a mistake. Because now he can trade in the Kinsman and get the life gain, which he could have been able to get anyway if he just sacked it off for another guard. But now he's free to play a guard in this lane, so that might have been a pretty costly mistake. At least he would have had to make that a slightly less threatening guard. He could have played it for 5 magic after playing a 2 magic creature over there. I don't think we're out of it. He's not attacking. I can get him down to 2 life this turn.
Been too long since I've embraced my rage.
I was really hoping to not get one of those back, which is why I didn't trade that in first. Because the Stone Shard's going to deal 3, so that was an option available to me.
You get one shot. Make it good.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Yeah, I think the more cool in the Orc Clan Captain would have been definitely better if we're just trying to eke out those last little bits of damage. Fortunately, he's not put up too much of a threatening offense either. Corrupted Shade, you hate to see that.
I would protect the hist.
Similarly, like, I don't know, we need to kill that, but if we kill that a turn, we don't get to deal with the guards, and he has natural guards in his deck too.
Die like a dog.
Another defender.
The longer the odds, the sweeter the victory. You won't escape alive.
We must protect the Mother.
Enough!
The hist provides.
That's one thing we're looking for. That's kind of risky to play, honestly. It has less health than that, so we could like trade in, reduce it to 1, maybe buff that with anything, and then the breakthrough would kill him. He is playing around that now. Yeah, I think we made a slight miscalculation by not doing those free trades for him. So he would be forced to sack his Kinsman, thus making it harder for him to get the effect while developing a guard in the other lane. But fortunately, we were able to sack it out there. He had the Sower, showing why it's so powerful. And that cool lane mechanic where you can sacrifice a creature in a full lane and get the last gasp effect. So we do have a bit of burn in this deck, as it turns out, in the right circumstance. Whew! Nailbiter. East Empire Crafter, not only good in Arena as it turns out. Full ship. We have the ring this time, but still no 2-drop. Definitely have a lot of them in the deck. Got the deck list up there now. I'm not sure why I didn't have that up there before. Come to think of it.
Your orders. Your orders.
Sorry, I went over it at the beginning. And we drew a 2-drop, and it looks like we're up against Token Mage. So I definitely prefer having the ring in this matchup. Just something to start contesting before stuff goes wild, basically. Fortunately, he did not have the ring to be able to play a Pit Lion this turn. While that is a good card, it is not a 5/5. Definitely preferable. So here I think I might just take the favorable and play Mighty Ally on the right.
Taste of their defenses crumble.
I think we can't just go wildly aggressive in this matchup, especially if he had a pretty decent start. Kinda have to control the board a bit. At least we get some breakthrough damage with our guys here. Now turn 3 Reeve against Mage might actually be a problem. Of course he's going to be playing Lightning Bolts, but besides that, it's kind of hard to answer Reeve if we keep him prison off the table. And there's the dreaded Pit Lion. If he doesn't trade, alright, he traded. If he hadn't traded, we could have maybe more cool Gatekeepered and traded up, but not a thing we really need to do anyway. And we could play double 2-drop here, and get the Circle Initiate value immediately. We are dealing 5 breakthrough damage if we kill that, which I think we should do. But you know, I think I'm just going to play the Reeve. There shouldn't be an answer to it this turn unless he's playing Shrieking Harpy and has it in his hand right now. Besides that, Imprison's off the table, Lightning Bolt doesn't kill it, so I think it's fine to develop as soon as possible. Doesn't that premium just look so nice? It was about time I made that. There's the bolt. The Reeve survives.
I am ready to join the circle.
We can kind of stack everything in this lane because we have the Orc Clan Captain coming up. Orc Clan Captain and Circle Initiate number 2 seems like the line.
We stand united.
Let's get this attack in first to try to get some added damage here. Oh, satisfying. Double transformation. And look at that. So easy to put lethal on the board all of a sudden. That prophecy was really good. That prophecy essentially turns into a free 5 damage next turn. It's like a 5 damage push that came out of nowhere. I didn't have to spend any magic on it. Crazy how aggressive prophecies can be sometimes. Now we even have lethal by straight up attacking through it. We don't even have to use the Earthbone Spinner here. Now maybe the correct play is actually to use Millet and Chieftain to trade there.
I am defeated.
We don't really think about what the correct play is there, if he's gonna just concede like that. That was a really fast one. That's how we like them. Spellsword this time. We have a 2-drop, no ring. But we do have follow-up plays, and they're looking pretty good. Do we think it's tokens? Do we think it's control? Do we think it's somewhere in between? Who knows? That's the fun. Alright, that is better to lead with than the 2-3 by a lot in this matchup, actually. Besides not getting any value from the Dragon Tails effect, it is also weak to execute. Could trade with it, with the more cool, or we could just push face and make a 4-2. Which also seems pretty reasonable.
Taste of my power. Close ranks, let nothing through.
Don't assume he's more aggressive, but I don't know if it's tokens yet. I feel like that's kind of just a weak start for tokens.
My claws are sharp and thirsty.
Now that is a top deck. Earthbone Spinner just coming to the rescue today.
The forest will not suffer.
I think that's just worth it. Yeah, let's kill that too. Maybe he buffs it, I don't know. Who knows? So we've seen Young Mammoth and Arcane Venom Tongue. Now, to say nothing of me not liking this card too much in general in a meta with so many curse effects, it is interesting to think about what he's playing. Probably just a control deck with Young Mammoth to stave off early aggression. May or may not be great. Piercing Javelin on a 3-1. Very defensive.
The day is mine.
Well, the most magic efficient play is 3 cost, 2 cost. And since we're up against Spellsword with access to silences and javelins and edicts, and he just used a really aggressive, or really defensive javelin, aggressively using it really quickly, I think we'll just play 3 and 2. And we miss on the ally. What a bummer. That is a bummer. I mean, I knew it would probably get javelin or edicted, but just a bummer. Inadvertently playing around Shadow and Priest by saving him the work. Alright, it doesn't have guard, and that's just a 1-1. I think that's good news. He can make it a guard next turn if he wants to play a ramp card.
Day is mine.
Can attack with that one. Does nothing really pings for 1 damage in this matchup. And Yeah, I actually think this is better.
You won't escape alive.
Can develop another bit of damage, but I don't know if we get like max value out of this card, and we're actually saving our other orc anyway. If we don't do that, he's just going to attack something else with more power. Javelin my Faroon Defender instead of my Reeve. For the record, I'm not on board with that line. Well, I can only play one of these before I kill it. I can't play both in the same lane and get the breakthrough damage, and I really want the breakthrough damage. So, yeah.
The longer the odds, together, orcs.
It wasn't a jab, that's important.
The day is mine.
Pain and ecstasy. The longer the odds, the sweeter the victory.
So with putting this in the right, well, I guess even if we didn't do that, a Nogleave or a guard in one lane, because this deals 7 by itself. So it looks like we have lethal every time unless he plays an Immolating Blast this turn, and this survives. It's a 50-50. That's not Immolating Blast. And we should have lethal.
Taste of my power. Too late for you.
Alright, seems good. Some really fast games with orcs.